Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Teen Gamer, what's going on? Hi, T3 sucks, yes. Alright, waiting for this to connect, and then we'll jump into the tropical park and just continue messing around. Alright, there we are. Oh yeah! Hi! Not a great King Coaster impersonation, but still funny. Alright. Yeah, here we're loaded in. Hey, Dark Hound Doom, welcome. Yes I did just see somebody break a trash can. The question is, who was it? Can we find the culprit? I don't think it was any of them. JP, what's going on, man? Teen Gamer, my day was okay. How about yours? Man, I didn't see who broke that trash can, and it was right here. Well, I guess they're getting away with it. Let's just go ahead and repair it. Magic, like nothing ever happened. Until it does again. And then we'll find out who did it, and we're gonna send him straight out of the park. Hey, Dino Dukes, welcome. Sorry I couldn't find a good place for the Stratocoaster. That's all good. Hey Shem, how are you? T32 will be one of the, if not the best coaster in the world. Lies! Right there. Just coincidentally zoom in and hear that. Not many people riding this. That's alright. Give it time, they will. And we did set this up over here. The old Schwarzkopf looper. Probably need to add some scenery to it and stuff. Excuse me. back of the park is looking pretty thin. And we'll give it a little bit of time. Hey, Pizza Shorts, how are you? Out! Ha! That's what happens when you break my trash cans. Good evening and salutations, Koki Pirate Bears are going into overtime LFG. There you go. See what happens. Another... yeah, well, I just saw her. Out! Guard got him anyway. Oh, wasn't us. Yeah, get out of the park. That's what, 3 or 4 vandals that we've kicked out so far? And we're not even 10 minutes into the stream. Oh man, usually the vandalism has been much less. And it's kind of like we're getting a little bit of a surge of it. For whatever reason. Divine intervention at this point. There you go, man. Hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very wide Cobra roll, and asymmetrical too. It's an interesting shape. Officer Charlie is busy watching the game, so crime's gonna be up. Yeah, you better get back to work and keep these vandals out of the park. You're always the one complaining about it. Boom, angry pirate. Should add a switch track coaster. You know, I had thought about doing an Intamin Blitz in this park, and I never did. I don't really have room for it. I mean, we could probably squeeze one in somewhere, but I don't know. I've never been able to build a good switch track, like the Intamin Blitz. I've just struggled with them for whatever reason. Guess I could just scroll through those. Should have listened to me when I told you not to build in this neighborhood. Man, it was perfectly fine. Until the park got crowded. Got the drum beats. Very important message for everybody. Sorry, so I was just trying to type on my main account and it wouldn't let me type for some reason. I don't know why. Excuse me. Hey, haha, ho ho! Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. That was dumb. I'm just curious how much more activity we're gonna get over here. Got the vending machine. People coming up and buying the chief beef? No, one person has. Well... Now they're coming over for a seat. This is the worst park I've ever seen? What? In what way? They live that brilliantly constructed and built by the working hands with blood, sweat, and tears called the vending machine. Yeah. It would named Noobville? What? You gotta be trolling. The Vandals return, yeah. Yeah, let's see if they come back. Let's move that off the path there. Almost kind of think about redoing the shop area up here, and we're constantly, well, not now, but when it's crowded, we often get little notifications that say we should add a second cash register for the shop. Yeah, I mean, if somebody's got like a specific criticism or a constructive criticism or something like that, then yeah, you can share it, but don't come in and just say, "Oh, this is the worst park," and it's, you know, it's not like this is just a first time, like, come in and see it. It's like you've been here the last couple days or nights. And have seen the park before, and of course it's a work in progress, so there's a long way to go with it. So, we'll see. Banking on coasters. Oh. Well, yeah, and definitely some of my older coasters, I didn't really take the banking all that great into account. No, that's a fair point, Dale. Like, my newer ones are better, but yeah, some of my older ones, I can make the best park you've ever seen. Alright, I dare you. Yeah, JP's been on for a few days. Not very long. Newer than, like, most of y'all and stuff. Probably turn the, foundation. Is this... I can't even tell, does this actually... Now, there's a really small drop into the... Oh, he's not even letting me go underneath it. Hey, Jimpers, how are ya? Oh, it's ever just barely above the water right there. Interesting. I do have a coaster you'd like me to check out. Sure. Good day for it. Alright. JP, you got one as well? I remember you mentioning it. You didn't make it on last night. No worries. But yeah, it was, yeah, I've got time to check out a couple coasters tonight, so yeah. Don't really take requests either, sorry. Hit me up with a code of one of your parks and I'll showcase them live after the stream is over. Woo! So you got it working, man, huh? Hey, gamer kid, how are you? Shit, wrong account. Band player, what's up, man? I request you make Metallica coaster. Ooh, that's one he might take. Yes. JP, yes he is. I mean, he's been here a few days. But compared to most of y'all, yeah. Is it easy, though? Right. Excuse me. Think it's a coaster you'll like, alright. I'm actually starting work on a new coaster using one of Metallica's songs called Enter Sandman. JP, you should make a coaster called Creeping Death. Ooh. Best Metallica song in my opinion. Yeah, so we tried to screen the back of the building with trees here. Just kind of looking around at stuff that I could maybe... Enter Sandman, isn't that one of their newer tracks? Huh. Alright. Let me go check out those two codes. Alright. Your coaster is a park because of terrain and scenery. Okay. Well, let me just get the codes. Depending on when you all uploaded them. Yeah, they're on the main page. Okay. So I'll actually get the codes. Oh! It actually censored it. I did see the video. Scroll back up and get the one for Jimpers. Okay. Oh, it's an intimate accelerator, alright. It's a Storm Runner. Oh, nice. Not that. It's this one, I think. Yeah, I'm not totally sure why either. Hey, Alexander, welcome. Alright. Here we go. Oh, wow. Wee. Man. Yeah, that is cool. I like that. Hey, Kelsey, how are ya? Jimpers is the one that makes all the good coasters, yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty rock-solid coaster. I'm the one that does a lot of scenery. Yeah, JP does a really good job with scenery. Alright. Look at that, 3 in the green. Gotta like that there. G-forces are good. Got a bit of airtime. Not a super big coaster, but this is actually an intimate hydraulic, as opposed to the Blitz model. Which Storm Runner at Hershey Park is one of the hydraulic models, so that makes sense. I'm the one that cohesively brings both together, but better at theming. Hey, that's a totally fair statement there. Hooray for Carowinds, our home park, LOL. Praises to Fury 325 and T3 sucks. See, good coaster right there. I haven't actually been on Storm Runner. The last time I was at Hershey Park was before Storm Runner was even built. Ask Jimpers. Everybody's. Anytime somebody's looking for tips on coasters, ask Jimpers. He's like the coaster builder guru in this channel. Which Jimpers actually has his own channel. I recommend you go check it out. He's actually uploaded a few of his creations, which is pretty cool. Use the smallest in-game track piece. Yeah, I'll tell you, I learned a lot by the 4-meter method. Yep, 4-foot heart line. Let me go on in here. Mongolian Jingle Bells coaster. Alright, let's check it out. Yeah. Yeah, that's enough. What offset do you use? He recommended the 4-foot. I usually do 3-foot or just 1 meter if I'm building in meters. It's an Intamin Blitz even though it doesn't look like it. As soon as university passes, I'm moving to Toronto with my grandparents because they live near Canada's Wonderland. Yeah, Dale, it's not tough. I can... Keep it night, it's a part of the ride. Okay. Leviathan all the way? Nah. Alright. Let's give this a go. Oh, before... Nah. Yeah, because that's kind of sticking out there. So I'm actually going to restart, and we're just going to ride from the front seat, so that our view's not blocked by that. You have yet to see snow in the game? I'll show you how you can set it. JP, your track is going a little bit underground. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Or it could just be the snow is kind of covering it. Fox the profile. Yeah, fix the profiling on the first element. Oh. Dino Dukes, we can check it out if you want. I don't remember. I may have already looked at it. No, Dale, that's not correct. You'll still be able to download like the game updates and stuff like that. It just it limits you from being on the workshop. Uploading, subscribing, stuff like that. This is really cool though. I like the I like the theming in here. This is beautiful. And the ride itself was pretty fun. Alright, it is pretty dark over here, and I'm not really sure where the... And it does sync up with the music as it does on the video. Okay. Alright, so the ride's over. Yeah. Whoa. Beautiful. Alright guys, we don't need to beat the dead horse with a stick. Okay. The game is terribly optimized. My game crashed while I was switching from Minecraft to PC2 to Among Us every 2 seconds while loading a 250k object port with 20,000 people in custom Ultra Max. What? That doesn't make any sense. You can only go up to 12k. I think your weather is on, not sure. Okay. So Darkhound Doom, a couple things. The first thing, you need to be in the temperate or taiga biomes because the snow will not fall naturally in the tropical or Mediterranean biomes. And then what you can do if you're in those two, or really in any of the four, what you'll do is go down here to the weather tab and just override weather. So you switch it to thunderstorms, so it's 4 Celsius and we get a thunderstorm. Lightning strike risk 100%. Turn off guest cap? I'm gonna have to look into that. So what you'll do, generally, it's going to be set right here to override weather is just off, and it shows kind of your default like forecast and everything like that. And then you just scroll through. You can have sunny, clear, which sunny makes it hot and prone to sunburns. Clear is just a nice pleasant day. Cloudy, light rain, heavy rain. Light rain generally will not soak the ground and it will not get guests wet and uncomfortable. Heavy rain will. Windy, and then just set that to snow and you can get the oh my gosh. Yeah, well, tropical, you won't be able to get the snow unless you manually override. I've actually done that in my tropical park, and it just looks really weird. Anyway, I do want to turn the lighting here today, so we can just see the coaster a little bit better in the light. I do have a few things I want to point out. Yeah, this looks beautiful back here. So this actually wasn't the station. We started like in the middle of the ride. Okay. This is just a slow kind of a roll track to fit the theming and stuff. At Jumpers, I'll check. Gonna grab ice cream and start working on my new coaster. Ooh, some ice cream sounds good. So this coaster is beautifully presented. It's got a good bit of length too, and it's got some cool elements. One thing I'm noticing, and it's funny because we actually have had this discussion, you need to kind of adjust your banking in some spots. Because kind of going into a turn, it's like outer banked, and then it kind of crosses into a regular bank. Okay. Yeah, not even sure what's going on. If you look at the EFNs, it's on the low side because of the length of kind of slow track that you have through here, which I wish that would, I wish it wouldn't really take that into account, because it's purposeful to set that up. Alright. Yeah, let me look at it. What's going on? Okay. Alright, I see it. Alright. Alright, I've taken care of it, guys. That's enough. Don't feed into it. Alright? It's a little ridiculous. I saw it. Yep, I checked it out. I've taken care of it. That's enough. Was it the entrance or exit that needed the reprofiling? More so the entrance. Dino Dukes, drop the code for that. I want to check it out. I don't know if I've actually looked at it on stream. Man, it's like I get on here and stream and try to have fun, and this is the last thing I want to deal with. Iron Stallion. Oh, is that western one? Okay. Yeah, this one. This was a really cool coaster. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I really like this outer banked curve at the beginning of the ride. Kind of the pre-lift. It was bound to happen. Yeah. I don't know, it's weird, because he was here the last, like, 2 or 3 streams and never had an issue. I appreciate y'all standing up for me, but I don't care. I mean, you come into my channel, say what you want. I would be like, whatever. But you start giving other people a hard time, that's when I don't, put up with that. So, I do appreciate you all, but don't feed into it. Yeah. I just don't feed into it because, yeah, they get bored. They'll go find somewhere else to try to stir the pot, so to speak, but... So I really do like this coaster. I know we checked it out a couple streams ago. Alright. Alright. I am clearing the message history from all of that. Just doesn't need to be in there. Do you have moderator in the server? No, nobody does, but I probably need to set that up. So, but I'll reach out afterwards. I'm just kinda distracted having to deal with that. JP said he stepped away. The snow looks a little weird with Western. You know what, though? I think it actually works. I think it actually looks really cool. Where's T3? That's a very bad word. One suggestion for the RMC would be to make a truss lift hill. Oh yeah, if you look at like Iron Gwazi or Zadra, something like that. I think that would be really cool. And this is the perfect coaster to do that with. I mean, really, it would work for most RMCs. Except some of the shorter ones, but this one, it would go really well. Yeah. Just the sun and the snow makes it really pretty, like a winter wonderland. Coming back here to JP's coaster. I see a lot of cool things, but I can definitely see in some spots it needs a bit of work. Which, really, what coaster doesn't? So. Alright. Wait, moving on. Hear me out, we should form a team of creators out of all of us and make a bunch of fresh parks, because let's be real, this community is some freaking crazy amounts of talent. Oh, absolutely! And it's really well-rounded, too. Like, JP is really good at theming, you're really good at theming, but you do a good job with coasters as well. Not saying that he doesn't. But you kind of strike a balance. And Jimpers is kind of the coaster pro, and then you've got people like Bromik that do a really good job with a whole variety of things. Blueprints, coasters. Let It Snow, yeah. Have a jungle coaster you could look at. Drop the code. Go into a tropical biome. I still maintain one of my best things is terrain work. I can get pretty wild with some terrain modifications and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's actually an RMC Trust Lift frame in the PC2 workshop. I've seen it before. Just don't remember the code for it. Dino Dukes is great at both. Yeah, Dino Dukes has made some incredible coasters. I want to show the remade Tsunami that he did. I think I actually did show this before, but it was pretty late. Not many people were on at that point, so I want to. Ah, shoot! We put that a bit too far underground. That's pretty close. Excuse me. We could theoretically just make a production line. Jimpers makes a coaster, I make a queue, me and JP work together on the coaster itself, Dino Dukes makes supports, Dale adds the final touches. Yeah! I will say one thing, Dino Dukes, I personally, and some people maybe not, but I personally find it easier if you use the block, like, to have the top of it at ground level instead of the bottom, although I can understand why you did the way you did. I'm just so much more used to seeing people will put, like, something more flat, and to say, like, put this at ground level, or see me, don't see me, sort of thing like that. Just two at very slightly different elevations to kind of help level it. I find it easier to go with that as a reference than the bottom of the block. We could just do a park as well, a collab park, absolutely. So what he did is basically stuck with the exit and entrance stations that were separate, as I had done, and kind of connected them in a way via the ride entrance sign. Alright, go ahead and vote. I just opened up a poll. Yep, really good job with the queue as well, the fencing back here. And then got the queue coming up, and it's actually like stuck off the wall, but then you've got these really nice support pieces that kind of attached to the wall to hold up the queue, if it makes sense that way. What I would have done with this is I would have tried to give yourself a little bit more room back here and build it out kind of in like 3 long rows, coming back kind of like that, instead of just all of the zigzags right there. That's just me though. You know Flip in the server? That guy is incredible. Some of his coasters have actually popped up on my YouTube. FYP. Oh wow. Just looked at those screenshots. Yeah, they look incredible. That does look really neat. And then all the custom supports on this are absolutely beautifully done. I love this. And then what we've got. Give it a test run. I'm just going to ride from the front seat. Would like to change my vote in the poll to Taiga. Alright, I'll check it in a second. So the layout is pretty much the same as it was, although we got rid of this nice odd drop at the back of the exit station to come back around into the entrance there. The other notable change, this hill is now much more gradually profiled, and because before it was much steeper and then you had like another little hop. But I really like how you kept. And I think I actually requested this. I wanted to keep that little bit of airtime instead of just straight track right there. I think this is the best I've done on supports. If Dino Dukes is saying that, it means it must be good. If we were going to do this project, I think a B&M Giga would be a perfect fit. Yeah. Purple with white supports. Call it ultraviolet. I don't know why, but ever when I saw that ultraviolet Frontier blueprint when they added the Intamin Blitz, I don't know, I fell in love with the theming on that, the colors. It's a good coaster. And then Jimpers made, I believe, an Intamin Blitz as well, called it Ultraviolet, which was even better. Make the track cyan and the supports yellow. Oh man. All are bombarding with ideas. Alright, so 9 votes. You've got 3 for Taiga, 3 for Mediterranean, 2 for Temperate, 1 for Tropical. I don't know what band player voted for originally, but he said he wanted to switch to Taiga, which would put that in the lead. And that is probably, personally, my favorite of the 4. But I'll leave that for a minute. I feel a Universal-inspired park would be the best. Oops. So, Dino Dukes, when it comes to coaster supports, you saying that this is the best one you've done? I actually don't agree with you on that. And there's nothing wrong with these supports, and you did a fantastic job with them. But I will say that the work that you did on that Intamin wing that Jimpers made, I feel like that can't be topped. That was just so good. I feel like Temperate is the best, but someone's got to break the tie. Temperate's the most well-rounded. The only downside with the taiga biome that I have to say about it is that you just have a lot less. Maybe not even a lot. Let me get that other code. That's what I jumped into this for. Mantis a B&M sit down. I can't wait to check this out. I am a huge fan of B&M sit-downs. This right off the bat gives me a little bit of Kumba vibes. Taiga actually does have the least amount of space, yeah. The coaster itself is not very realistic, but it looks cool. Oh, it looks... yeah, I agree. Jimpers, I think it does look the best. Wait, Temperate does have the most space? No. Interesting. I think Mediterranean is up there, too. This station gives me big Kumba vibes, and coincidentally, or maybe intentionally, it's the same type of coaster, the B&M sit down, and the color. I mean, the columns aren't red, but the track itself is that greenish teal. Cars are a little bit small. I'm not sure if that's intentional. Look at this. That's a nice aesthetic effect. Row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. T3 sucks. I kind of wish they would. Hope they will add a couple different biomes, and PC1 had more. I haven't even played that, but I know that much. Alright, let's give this a ride. Front bumper. Oh, it's a drive tire launch! Yay! right back over the water. And into the station. What a fun coaster. Man! To be honest, PC1 actually was the better game. Though PC2 is way better physics. I feel like PC2 is better as someone who played the OG. Huh! Three out of 1 million who thinks that, jumpers. I would say that was more of a fair take. Kind of when this game came out, but after everything that they've done with it, agree to disagree, but I feel this game is so much more realistic and also so much more user-friendly. Check it out at night. Wait, the train has teeth? Hang on, I gotta look at that. Oh, it's like the grill of a car. Wow. Well, it's got the eyes. Man, that is wild. I did not notice that. Tortigan Tales, I'm glad you pointed that out. That's pretty awesome. So it's a fun coaster. It's a little bit small, but it doesn't have to be a large coaster to be fun and exciting. Like, this definitely packs a lot into a small footprint, which is actually nice if you're focusing on trying to save space. 3 green. Forces, laterals are not bad. Verticals are on point. Little bit of airtime, not much, but these are not airtime focused coasters. They're inversion focused. You've got 4 good inversions here. You've got the kind of got the launched, it's not quite a dive loop. Then right here is kind of like a sidewinder. 0G roll, and then you've got another 0G roll. Kind of right back down here. Really fun coaster. Beautiful scenery work around it. Take a look at this right here. It's actually a like a waterfall. Oh, that's how you managed to get that. Okay. So these are actually moving platforms. And they're the corner water shapes turned kind of vertical. That's really neat. Got the water blocks right down here. Hey, we're below the water. Is this the underground? Yeah. Really beautiful presentation. That's pretty wild. This would actually be a really cool fit in the tropical park, honestly. Better than the dueling dragons. Alright, I'm thirsty. Let me go get some more water. Man. I need to put my food in the fridge too. I had to wait for it to cool down a bit, and it's cooled, so. I made a recipe tonight called cowboy stew. It's basically bacon, kielbasa sausage, ground beef, tomatoes, potatoes, corn, and then a variety of spices. And it almost comes out like a chili, speaking of T3, night lights. Oh, yes. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Whoa, yeah, look at that. Got like the green lights over here. Wait, are the lights green or does it just look that way because of all the... Yes, it is. Okay. And then you've got like the reddish glow back here. Yeah, wow, that's really neat. And then look at this over the water. Now, one thing I think I would do is, and I understand because you have the vegetation and stuff down here, I think I would actually paint the terrain to make it look more of a mix of rock, and then maybe some patches of grass or something like that. But that's just me. I mean, you could really do that any way you wanted to. Absolutely beautiful coaster. Absolutely fantastic presentation. The scenery is great. The ride itself is fun. I would love to ride something like this in the real world. Okay. Oh. Well. Lighting. Here we go. Alright. I have to go on to the workshop to get it. But Bromik actually... I think I've mentioned this. He started... I think he mentioned it too. He had started working on a... Oh, look at this Mamba. Worlds of Fun. Got some custom supports too. That's pretty neat. Anyway, Bromik started working on a Kentucky Kingdom recreation. And he ended up transforming the park basically into kind of his own idea that ended up being themed around Kentucky Kingdom. Supergirl. Oh, that's like the Superman flight. Oh, he made that for me. Yep, right here. Defunct SLC from Kentucky Kingdom. Guys, stop it. And what we've got right here. And this is actually a really cool remake. Like, it's... He did a fantastic job with it. It's beautiful. Without a doubt. You could say T3 sucks, but not this one. It's actually a really nice recreation. Yeah, we can give it a POV. It's pretty typical SLC. Most of the layouts of them are the same. Help me. Do have to go as I have work tomorrow. Good night, y'all. Oh, man. Alright, Jimpers, have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. And great job with that coaster again. we go. I would love to think that back in the day, when the SLCs were being added and they were new, they were actually like relatively fun coasters. Just most of them have not held up well. But there are a few that are actually said to be really fun. The Great Nor'easter at Maury's Pier, Riddler Revenge, I don't remember what park that one is at. I almost feel like you should call it T4, though. I mean, memes on the channel aside, T3 has such a reputation for being a terrible ride that I feel like it doesn't do this creation justice. Because I'd like to think this would actually be a really fun ride. Tomorrow's MLK Day, I'm off. Yeah, me too. THC3 Dale. Wow. We'd have to color it green instead of red, and we'd probably have to decorate the building, the station, with some sort of a leaf. Oh, that's terrible. I'm gonna get my channel age restricted, or at least get this video age restricted. Sponsored by Snoop Dogg. Alright, at the risk of being a little bit inappropriate, I heard a really funny comment about Snoop Dogg. So I think it was a Comedy Central roast. I forget who they were roasting. Carrot Top or Flavor Flav or somebody or something like that. And Snoop Dogg was one of the people that was roasting him. And when he got the time to roast everybody else, he said, "Man, Snoop Dogg smoked so much weed, he farted and got the entire audience high." Snoopy is for the CF. Yeah, Cedar Fair. Should have been like Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, Knott's, a few others before they merged with Six Flags. But I guess, you know, in recent times, he's actually, like, done away with a lot of that stuff. And I think he's trying to improve his image as he's, like, going in and doing a bunch of business deals and stuff like that. Yeah. I knew you would like that. This was probably 15 years ago at this point, or whenever. I got a heck of a laugh out of it, though. Man, I just love the presentation of this coaster, though. I love this station. I would actually probably take this and reuse that for some future coasters or something. Like, I just love the way that this is presented. It gives me major Kumba vibes. Which is one of my favorite coasters. While I'm thinking about it, let me go back onto the workshop and see if I can find that, Aha! Here it is right there. Well, there's a few different ones. Zero-G stall support's built in. Works best with 85 to 90 degree drops. Inspired by Wildcat's Revenge and Zadra over at Energylandia in Poland. Then you've got this. You can edit it to be as tall or short as you want. Made this to be hyper-realistic with how RMC designed or modeled after Iron Gwazi's. Okay. You like the non-truss version better? Really? Interesting. I mean, hey, to each their own. Ooh, there's a 230-foot. Wow. So I actually watched a cool video earlier today, and it was about RMC. They've basically, so you all know the single rail model in game is based on their T-Rex track, which is kind of like the Raptor, but it's wider, so it actually fits two across seating wise. They've talked about doing away with that, but basically coming up with something called the Split Rex, which is, I think the way they described it was two Raptor tracks basically bolted together almost to ride like the iBox. And they said they can make them taller and faster that way. So it supports larger coasters, so they were actually talking about building Hypers and even perhaps a Giga, which was pretty fascinating. That's actually a pretty good one as well. Yeah, so there are a few good options. Includes the zero-G stall. That is really neat. Imagine a coaster themed to Sweeney Todd and the station is Mrs. Lovett's shop with Todd's parlor above it. That'd be pretty wild. Alright, guys. I think what I'm gonna do is end the stream here. I know this was a pretty short one, but it is late. And we've got somebody here that's getting set up to stream. And I think he's actually gonna try this evening. So I highly recommend you go check Dale out. Char Blinks 182 is his channel. Would love to see what he does. No, not the light again. Rumor has it the first ever Split Rex is actually going to be the Giga that RMC was teasing about at one point. That would be really cool. And yeah, Dale, I would. That'd be really cool. Like, I love being able to inspire people to do things. So, definitely go, definitely go do it. Could come in for a bit, but I gotta go to bed soon. Yeah, I won't be up. I don't have to work tomorrow, but I do have stuff to do, so. And I'm kinda tired. Speaking of Mantis, just, based, you know, off the name of this coaster. Does anybody remember Mantis at Cedar Point? What is now Rougarou? Inspire yourself to buy a roller coaster? Yeah, shoot, I don't have the money for that. Use your YouTube monetization. Boo! Out! No, I'm kidding. Sorry if it felt crammed and I've got a streak. Yeah, but when it was actually like the red, yellow, and blue, and actually a stand-up coaster, and it broke the record before Chang was created, and then Riddler's Revenge and Magic Mountain took the record from that like a year later. I'd love to think that Mantis was actually a fun coaster. Like, you'll hear me rat on Vortex, at Carowinds. It just sucks. But I would love to think back in their day, if those weren't so rough, that they would actually be quite a lot of fun. Pack some good positive G's. And they're one of the very few coaster types you'll actually find true inclined loops on, which I think are really cool. An underrated inversion, in my opinion. Hey, Mozartima. I'd love to see that drive tire launch coaster with floorless trains. That is, if you have the allow interchangeable coaster trains enabled. I think I would have to turn it on in the sandbox settings. Or no, maybe not. That might be in the regular settings. I think I actually... Yeah, if it's in here, I'm almost certain I have it on. Yes. Yeah, I do. We can switch it out for floorless. Now, it may take away some of the theming that was on these. But yeah. Yeah, so you definitely can switch it out for floorless trains. Hey, Vortex Carowinds is my baby. I worked at it. Vortex in 2013. Nah, and you know, I've given it a couple rides just saying, you know, how I'd enjoy it, but I've never enjoyed it. Slow ops, you'd be stuck on the brakes on those uncomfortable stand-up trains in the scorching sun. It just... I'll tell you, the first drop and the vertical loop I enjoy. But after that, it just starts rattling, kind of whipping you around. I don't like it. So the second half of the ride really just ruins it for me. But the first drop and the vertical loop are fun. So I'll concede that much. But that's about it. Pretty cool there with the floorless trains, but I do think the sit-down trains, just the way that they're custom made, are very suitable for this. They fit the theme better. Although given my choice between the floorless or the sit-down trains, I would probably take the floorless trains 7 out of 10 times. This needs to be in the tropical park. I have a feeling that I'll add that in somewhere. Maybe up front. Kind of near the tiki, because it actually seems to kind of fit the theme somewhat. Sadly, the original proposed layout for Vortex Carowinds was the layout that became Rougarou, originally Mantis. Carowinds ended up getting the smaller layout because they didn't have enough room. Oh, man. You know, they've talked about, you know, getting rid of Vortex or converting it to a floorless. And I have a feeling with them taking Nighthawk out that Vortex might not be... Vortex may not be too far from meeting its end if they try to open up more of the adjacent area around Nighthawk for a new coaster. Scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being not going to be sold and 5 being it's gone within the year. Where do you think Carowinds went? I would have to say 1. Maybe 2, and I would honestly be a little bit surprised if it even got a 2. Because, if I'm not mistaken, their headquarters is in Charlotte now. And Carowinds has always been one of Cedar Fair's standout parks. With some really big ride additions. I mean, particularly Copperhead, Fury. Afterburn's older, it came in the Paramount days, but that's a very well-liked B&M invert. They've got Intimidator or Thunderstriker, which isn't fantastic, but it's a crowd pleaser. Yeah, it went in just below Kings Island at 1 and got 3rd total. Yeah. Yeah, I figured as much. It would be absolute lunacy to even consider selling that. Carowind's Vortex could be rethemed as Firebird, taking over the name, the theming, and the floorless trains from the now defunct Six Flags America's own floorless coaster, originally Iron Wolf. Yeah, I want to say the layout is very similar. And yeah, and I think if they gave Vortex the floorless trains, it would be a better ride. Controversial a little bit, but I almost wish that after the merger they would have kept the Cedar Fair name, because I mean they made almost everything else, you know, take the Cedar Fair style. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. Bro, you do not want Firebird. It's the worst B&M. Give me the floorless trains and put it on Vortex and I'd keep it. But yeah, don't come install Firebird. So. Besides, I prefer to have a more appropriate name to better suit the tropical theming of this launched floorless coaster. I don't know, give some ideas. I mean, I'll probably end up putting this in the park. So there's a chance I might retheme it a little bit. But honestly, I think the name and the theme is good, and if you use the standard B&M sit-down trains, the work Dino Dukes did on them is really good. Especially given that we already have a floorless in that park, I think I would keep it stand-up, just for a little bit of variety. So. Alright guys, well that's gonna do it for me tonight. It's been fun, mostly. We had a couple little interruptions, but it happens. No big deal. It was fun hanging out with y'all, checking stuff out, and definitely go tune into to Dale's stream if he's gonna stream. Considering the nice, good relationship with the Vekoma Six Flags has right now, I can see the Carowinds Nighthawk plot becoming home to a new tilt coaster in the future after they finish the log flume. Interesting. He'll be waiting for a stream. Yeah, I would definitely. So yeah. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you all again. Appreciate y'all hanging out. And definitely go give Dale some love. Keep your eye out for whenever he streams. Love to see some of y'all do it. I know that may not be a lot of people's cups of tea. But I always encourage you all to, you know, get creative, try stuff out. If it does interest you, we'd certainly put some good words in for you. And even if not, just in game, I'm hoping this stuff kind of inspires you all to, you know, explore the boundaries of your own creativity and push them a bit. see what you can come up with. A year ago, I would have never imagined getting into this game and doing all of these streams, and I'm glad I did. So, anyway, that's it for now. We'll see you all perhaps tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, as always, y'all take care, stay safe. We'll see you.